welcome back. It's your girl, Yummy.com. Thank you for joining me today. I am shooting currently from my room in Hell's Kitchen, and this is probably one of the last times I will be shooting from here. I'm moving in about a week and a half, and this is going to be no more. This set is going to be different. Everything is going to be very, very different. But while I still had this set the way that it is, I wanted to explore a little bit of something that I've recently fallen in love with, especially since I'm going to be redecorating and hopefully, creating a new environment in my new room and my new place, called Cluttercore. I got really into it because, of course, what else would I get into? TikTok, and of course YouTube videos. I started getting shown Cluttercore a lot more, started getting really into it. It's kind of just like, it kind of feeds my inner maximalist. I like collecting things, small things. I collect dice, I collect Funko Pops, I collect Broadway bills, eyeshadow palettes, records. I collect so many things because I like having multiple of one thing, and I like surrounding myself with things that I love a lot. So I even collect comic books, hand-designed comic books. I like having a lot of things that I love. Like, I like having multiple of things that I love. It's like that TikTok when she's like, when I find an outfit that I like, I just get it in a different color. Get it in a different color. Get it in a different color. Yeah, that thing. So recently I've been watching a lot of Mia's videos. Her fashion videos are always amazing and on point.
Hello, my beautiful doves. My name is Mina, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about TikTok maximalism.
But she also talks a lot about maximalism in style and the eras and flows and ebbs and flows of style in this one video right here.
For the last 100 years or so, or maybe longer, there's been this natural pendulum swing between maximalism and minimalism. In the 80s, for instance, maximalism was all the rage with voluminous silhouettes and bold colors. It was all about ostentatious glamour. Pioneering designers of the time include Thierry Mugler and Gianni Versace. Then, in the 90s, the streamlined minimalist look came in with major contributions from Helmut Lang, Martin Margiela, and Prada. Also, as a response to the 80s excess of Wall Street, grunge consumed youth culture. The pendulum swung back to maximalism in the 2000s, which borrowed from 1980s excess. The Y2K party girl was messy and over the top, Paris Hilton reigned supreme, and there was no such thing as too many accessories. Then, as Sir Isaac Newton says, with every action is an equal and opposite reaction, so back to minimalism in the 2010s. Most fashion and lifestyle bloggers that were emerging showcased their minimalist modern homes, Instagram feeds were monotone, and blazers from the Row and Celine were ever on trend. On the youth front, grunge was making a comeback as soft grunge, and everything was in tones of black, white, pale pink, and pale blue. And now we're once again maximalist. On the high fashion front, Richard Quinn is known for experimenting with pattern, volume, and proportion, and even the Balenciaga Triple S sneaker, which came out in 2017, is a representation of the bigger is better ideology attributed to maximalism.
And while I was watching that video, I kept diving into her talking about cluttercore as opposed in this new wave, cluttercore within outfits and obviously within rooms. And while my room is, I would consider cluttercore, it's mostly a mess. So I just wanted to take here to talk a little bit about how I want to redesign my room and then show you guys the finished product. So around my room, I have like a lot of things that I love. I have a little, place for all of my records. It's all messy right now because of course I'm moving, but there's like a place for my records. I have some big pictures, like this lovely scenery green thing, this like orange lily piece, and then like this kind of old timey breakdown of a camera. Like, I love those pieces a lot. They're really important to me, and I definitely want to take them with me. I also have this light fixture that I use to shoot with, so I was thinking instead of having this just above my bed like a narcissistic Paris Hilton, maybe I should create like a little shooting corner within my room, and that would be maybe a more easier place to put it so it's not like dead center over my head and I feel like a pretty princess, because this is distracting, honestly, sometimes, a lot of the times. I also have a fair amount of tchotchkes, as the Jewish would say, tchotchkes. I have, of course, my records, like I said, but I also have all of these playbills and these hand-drawn, what are they called? Hand-drawn comic books. I have, as you can see here, like a signed Eric Nam poster. I have like a signed Alexa tote bag that I want to hang up eventually. And it's like, you know, I have all these things that are like important to me, my K-pop love and, you know, my tranquility love. Giant BTS posters, Polaroids of BTS, this giant mural that I made and had printed out at Kinko's for $30. Rhinestone BTS Crocs. Like, I have all these tchotchkes, my dice. I have all these tchotchkes that I really want to incorporate into my room, but also want to somehow create a creative and open space more so than I have. So with that being said, we're gonna take us, that's my rundown of my room currently. Again, it's very messy. I'll show you some footage. But with that being said, I'm going to take you, jump a couple weeks into the future to my new room as I've set it up, and I'll walk you guys through it.
One eternity later.
Hi guys, welcome to the room. I'm going for, like I said before, my old place was very cluttercore as well. That's just an aesthetic that I really appreciate. More on that with Mina's video. I insert some clips here where she talks about it because she explains it better than I do.
And even on the home interior front, Cluttercore has been growing in popularity.
Imagine a mixture of dark academia meets semi-hoarding. It might be a minimalist's worst nightmare, but some say it's just an organized mess. Described as feeling like a warm and cozy antique shop, it's all about proudly displaying your favorite things in a loud, unapologetic way. What do you think about this aesthetic?
Okay, so my personal opinion on Cluttercore is that the images in this TikTok actually bring me more anxiety than joy. But I do lean more towards like maximalism when it comes to my personal home interior design. I just lean more away from teenage bedroom and more towards the call me by your name house. With that said, I do think clutter is more interesting than minimalism. Contributing writer for Architectural Digest, Hannah Martin, explains the appeal. So many of the types of aesthetics that have germinated on social media platforms feel really devoid of personal style. What's fun about Cluttercore is it requires personality and specialized interest in order to work, and it celebrates radical individuality. There's so much to look at that makes you smile. Isn't that so much more interesting than a boring room with some objects and unread books artfully arranged on a shelf? When you look at a Cluttercore space, you learn something about the person who created it, and you want to know more. Similarly, writer Marianne Eloise notes that at a time when imitation is hard to avoid in the world of interiors, this trend offers a new style where the decor can't be duplicated. Maybe it's someone else's nightmare, but it means I get to live inside my own head.
But I really wanted my room to still embody me. I have a lot of things that I love. I have a very obsessive personality, so being able to have things that I love and that I obsess over and that bring me joy every day just helps my mental health. When I wake up my eyes, I open my eyes and the first thing I see is a mural of all of my friends and all the Polaroids we've taken. I see a playbill from my favorite musical, Waitress. I see an old picture of a camera. I see BTS twice. I see S-Coops looking great and tatted. I can look over and see all my records that make me happy. My workspace is right there. I can see all my collection of sunglasses and jewelry and crowns right next to me and books right next to me. It's like things that bring me happy are immediately in my peripheral when I immediately wake up. BTS. My BTS jacket I worked so hard on. My friends. S-Coops. The Waitress the musical. My records. Immediately. And then the things that are behind me are even more things that I love. So I have directly behind me a picture of myself that my sister actually gave me for Christmas. It's a painting of myself, a digital painting of myself, and so like I put that behind me because it just felt like a more crowning piece. Like, you know when someone has that big picture of themselves and all those dramas very vainly over their bed, that was kind of my homage to that. And I also didn't want to wake up and look at myself. That I felt that was a little weird. But then besides that, I had a whole bunch of stuff. I have more pictures and Polaroids of my friends because of course I want them around me while I'm sleeping and all the positive vibes. I have my Dreamcatcher poster. I have my Spire poster from Dimension 20. I have 17 directly above my head. Directly above my head is 17, and then to the left of that is a lineup, you can probably see them right here, of BTS photo cards that I got when I entered my BTS membership. These were the ones that I got, literally. So it's like 17, maybe a little thingy of Dreamcatcher, and then just all BTS and 6 the Musical. Can you see it? 6 the Musical, I think, is over here. But again, another musical I love. So it's like my love of musical theater, my love of K-pop, all joined together. Again, I like to have things that remind me of how happy I am. The same thing with my bed. I have a lot of plushies. I have so many plushies. It's not that bad yet, but like, it's gonna get there. There's Oakley, my Squishmallow Wolf. There's my Baby Yoda. There is my Kitsune, Yuna. That's her name. Her name is Yuna. There's Shuki, obviously, because obviously Shuki is there. So like, and of course I'm gonna collect more. But yeah, those are all things that remind me of happiness. And then of course my background is a multifunctional thing. Again, things that I love and remind me of happiness, but also things that would look good in the background of a video, like, you know, so there's like interesting things going on. I made this poster myself. It is inspired by Trend's old wall. Trend Level, if you don't know, she's a YouTuber. She does movie commentaries, and she kind of color paletted this wall in the back of her videos at some point. I don't think she has it anymore, but she did, and it was like the different rainbow, but like from movie scenes. So I kind of did that with my two favorite colors, green and orange, and these are all some of my favorite movies. Like in there you can see it's movies and TV shows, so you can see like Sense8, you can see there's a couple Sense8s, you can see Flipped, you can see Bo Burnham's Inside, A Walk to Remember, Hotel de Luna, Love and Basketball. All of my favorite like movies and films and TV shows are like color paletted there, and it's like colors that are natural to the film as it is. Obviously you see right here I've got another sword because I had one before, this one right here, my Excalibur, which again I love King Arthur, so I had to have. But also I got a replica of the Kill Bill sword as well.
I have a sword at my house. I didn't know you needed a sword.
Yeah.
I also have a sword at my house.
I also have a sword. You don't have a sword, Ned?
Loser!
And I put that here mainly because like it looks cool, but also like I don't want it above my head. Like there was really no space to put it anywhere else, and if I put it above my head, it makes me feel like it's gonna fall and decapitate me. I know it's not, but like that's what I feel like. And then I also have like a lot of memorabilia on this side. So my Funko Pops are like here, my dice, my Crocs that my other older sister stoned for me, my first Instax camera that broke, again my Excalibur, all of my BTS stuff, everything, my Dreamcatcher light stick, my BTS light stick, my carrot light stick is gonna go right next to this cute little bottle that I designed myself. Cameras that I own right here. One of my favorite photography books, The Dirty Side of Glamour by Tyler Shields, is here. Like just a bunch of stuff. I even have like a Mamamoo signed poster, and then I also have, I don't know if you can see it here, this was an Alexa signed poster. I saw her at Grace Street and we took like a Polaroid, which is also above my bed, and she signed this tote for me, so I just hung it up. So like I have a lot of things around, and like even my makeup area is kind of like cluttered even still, but it's mainly because again I just like having things that I love around me close. I put my record player by the door so it feels like, you know, one of those old Hollywood movies, or like I guess you could say Don't Worry Darling, which is emulating those old 50s movies where it's like you come home, your wife has a drink in her hand, you guys put on a record and you dance together. It kind of gives me that vibe, so that's why I put it by the door. But yeah, that's basically it. I have my own bathroom, which is very nice, but it's a lot less cluttered because like it's a bathroom, like it doesn't really need that much personality to it.
I know my grandpa would love me, but do you think he will respect me?
Life's too hard, but I can't fall. Now's my chance to live it up. Worked all week and now I'm up. Why you standing against the wall? Cash my check, so fuck my job. Life's too short, I'll have a ball. I can't say I'm way too hard. Why you standing against the wall? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Against the wall. Oh yeah, oh yeah. standing against the wall. Usually I'm low-key, but this week I'm at my break. I wanna dance the whole night away, and for a second just not beat me. Go tell my nigga I was wild tonight, and watch me lie through my teeth. It wasn't me. Pour me a drink so that I can think, and all my body know is this beat. Life's too hard, but I can't fall. Now's my chance to live it up. Worked all week and now I'm off. Why you standing against the wall? Cash my check, so fuck my job. Life's too short, I'll have the ball. I can't stay way too long. Why you standing against the wall? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Against the wall. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All I need to do is take a shower, lay down, close my eyes, and imagine a better life for myself. That was so sad. God damn.
With that being said, that is my Cluttercore room. That is how I aesthetically designed it. I love it. It is always the Marie Kondo way. If it doesn't spark joy, throw it away. But I'm obsessive, so everything that I own sparks joy. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Yummy.com. Don't worry, I will be back, so stay tuned.